Hello everybody and welcome to another daily update. Hope you guys are doing very well today. Today's date is now June the 6th, a Friday, and I'm going to give you guys a 10 to 15 minute update maximum just to catch you up with how the current market is trending right now. And just to summarize it in one word, which is it's scary right now. So let's dive right into it. Welcome everybody. My name is Philakone and I've been in the crypto space for about 10 years now. I'm sure many of you have followed me for a very long time now. I've seen 3 major bull markets so far and 2 major bear markets. I hope that I don't see the 3rd bear market anytime very soon. But of course, it's always on the table. So we're going to talk about some of the technical factors that's shaping this landscape right now of crypto. And I think that there's a lot of fear in the market because the market's not exactly behaving the way it should. So thank you very much, guys, for joining me today, and let's jump right into it. So the first thing that I'm going to preface with is how Bitcoin ended up reaching a double top back in 2021. Okay, we see this major formation right there, and then we see a big drop, and then after that we see a break to the upside where it ends up bull trapping above the previous high. And then what happens is it comes down just like that, and the bear market officially begins. What we're seeing right now is something very similar. Now, I'm not saying exactly that this is going to happen, but what I am saying is that it's showing the same characteristics right now, where we see this high that was made, we see a major dip to the top side, and then we see a bull trap above the previous high. So the big question is this going to continue to the downside? Okay, that's a big question that everybody's wondering. What I see right now is this massive higher high that has been forming for 7.5 years now. And there's unfortunately no doubt about this, that this is a very valid pattern that we're seeing. This right here, guys, this white line is a higher high pattern that formed since December of 2017. Okay, this is in a linear chart, not log. You don't use trend lines, in my opinion, for log. I think that a log representation should only be used for visual representation, but not technical representation. So I think that it's better to draw it in a non-logarithmic scale and only in a linear one like this. And what we see are precise hits across the board so far. Very precise hits. Actually, 3 times now it's hit it in this manner. Zooming in further, we see 1 hit, 2 hits, and a 3rd hit right there. The only way for crypto and for Bitcoin to continue further is to break this higher high pattern. But on the scary side, what we see is this channel. And the channel, don't discount it for a moment. You have to be an intelligent person and understand that it is possible that we have reached the top already. If I had to guess which way it was leading, towards going further and creating an all-time high, or actually reaching the top already, and now the bear market begins, I would have to say 50-50 right now. It's very uncertain, especially with the way BlackRock unloaded $1.2 billion in Bitcoin, and they ended up actually buying Ethereum with it instead. They swapped it for Ethereum. The worst case scenario would for us to hit this lower channel that we see forming very beautifully so far. Okay, we're seeing a lot of bearish signs, such as the bearish divergence across the board from the RSI. It's losing strength. The market is definitely losing strength. So because Bitcoin couldn't break clear above the previous all-time high and also clear this higher high pattern, the market is becoming very uncertain. If you also take a look at the total crypto market cap right now, what we're seeing is an expanding diagonal that is forming. And the expanding diagonal is actually very clear. It forms it since 2023, multiple support points and resistance points that forms the expanding diagonal. And what we're seeing is that the total market cap of all of crypto is diminishing every time we hit this trend line. So that's giving me a lot of concern, to the point where I don't think it's relevant or reasonable for me, or rational rather, to even be DCing right now. because there is a possibility that we might just end up hitting down there again and then we drop forward. But right now, until this total market cap pattern gets broken, I don't think we're going to see a major bull market. So the criteria to enter a major bull market is actually very high right now. Specific patterns need to be broken, such as that higher high on Bitcoin. And then the total market cap needs to also break to the upside and break this pattern. The total 3 market cap is also doing the exact same thing as well. So one thing that I have good news on is this. This is the year to date after the halving. Now, other months, for example, we're going to take out the blue. Let's take a look at the orange. So the orange, which is actually the red, which is in 2016's halving, that started in the month of July. Okay, the next month after this one. Today's June, next month is July. And then in the month or the year of 2020, the halving started in the middle of May. But this time in 2024, we started earlier than both July and May. We started in April. So because of that, we've had a longer period so far for the days counted after the ROI, after the Bitcoin halving. So what you can see is that for both cycles in 2017 and 2021, you see that on the day 432 and day 443, so basically around day 435, that's where it started to go parabolic. What you can also see is that the total 2 market cap back in the 2021 bull market, it started around maybe July, around here, right? The end of July, that's where, or June rather, than July, August, that's where it started really shaping up, like after July. That's where the market went to the moon. This is in 2020. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong data. Right here is what I meant, okay? At the end of July, that's where the majority of the gains were made. From July, in a very short period of about 3.5 months. You see, that's where all of the gains were made for pretty much every single coin. We take a look at a coin like Axis in July to the top. That's about 3-4 months. We ended up doing about 4,460%. You take a look at a coin like Solana as well. It ended up doing the majority of the gains after July. And the July period in 2021, if you take a look at the halving cycle here, which is the orange line, okay guys, the orange line right here, that's actually, if you take a look very closely into it, you see that it says around July 20th, right? So on the 435th day, that's around July the 20th, that's where it reached the bottom, and then it started parabolically going up, actually in 2017 as well. Okay, like for example, in 2017, in July, what you'll see is Ethereum doing the same thing. Okay, so you see Ethereum in 2017 over here, it reaches a bottom, excuse me, and then it goes to the moon after that. So I've just proven to you so far that in basically July, or basically after the 430th day, 435th day, that in 2017 and in 2021, the market went to the moon. And right now, where we are in the cycle is day 413, okay? 412. So basically 435, if it were to start that day, minus 412 today, we have about 3 weeks left if we were to follow the same cycle that Bitcoin could potentially start to skyrocket to the moon. So right now it's in a very weird phase of consolidating, especially after, I would believe that the Trump and Elon war has a little bit to do with how the market is being affected right now. For example, Tesla was affected heavily. Maybe crypto was affected as well. And also the shift from Bitcoin, where BlackRock sold $1.25 billion and bought Ethereum instead. That's a very typical move for both institutions and retail investors, where once perhaps Bitcoin reaches a peak, they end up selling off a majority of their Bitcoin positions. They move it into Ethereum first of all. That begins to be the leading indicator for the coins that move. And then once Bitcoin levels off, Bitcoin dominance drops, people sell it, so the dominance drops. they inject that capital and profit from Bitcoin into Ethereum first. It goes to the moon and then follows after the altcoins. They follow Ethereum very heavily. So if we were to see the same type of pattern, we're gonna most likely and potentially see altcoins and Ethereum go to the moon in about 3.5 weeks or so. So I think it's gonna be a period of being very uncomfortable this summer, maybe in June and also early July. But then potentially, if we follow the same type of pattern, we're going to see altcoins explode. I'm on the fence 50-50 right now because of everything that I've described to you. So I just wanted to convey my thoughts in a very, very quick video for you to catch you up with my thoughts on the market. Am I currently holding anything at all? Unfortunately, I'm not holding anything because I have a very neutral bias in crypto. So because of that, I'm just kind of chilling on the sidelines right now. Everything is in USDT. I will not be investing any further into this particular cycle because I believe that there's too much risk to try to DCA into a position right now. So I've made the hard and strong decision of only day trading instead and perhaps swinging very short term because I'd rather avoid the risk in the market of potentially being at a top already and especially avoid the exposure as well. You've had a lot of time to invest in the market last year, near the end of the year, right? In 2023, where it reached the bottom as well. I think the cycle is much closer to a top than we actually believe. And that theory of a multi-year cycle, I just can't see it happening right now based off of all the technical indicators and technical aspects of the charts that are showing us otherwise. So I'll keep you guys updated more often very soon. Have yourselves a great day. And if you guys enjoy my short content like this, just hit the like button and hit the subscribe button if you haven't followed me already. Have a great day and I'll update you guys soon. Bye now.